we're making a book about history of surfing in Panama, from Boa Surf House.
Yeah, it's just the history of how surfing got started here, how it evolved to what it is today. It's a kind of a historical little project on surfing.
Juan and I are friends like from 3 years from now, 4 years since I started surfing, and I'm a poet. So since I started, I really like enjoying visiting Boa Surf House because it's kind of like part of the soul of surfing in Panama. And you know, making my first board with him, and the idea of making the book came out, and we have like a year and a half doing it.
Yeah, I thought I kind of had the idea of doing a book, but I'm not capable of writing a book. And Guilma was the perfect solution. She has the enthusiasm to be able to put this thing together, and she's got the artistic talent. So I think it's going to be a great collaboration because we have a lot of people that want to collaborate and contribute to how surfing has evolved to what it is today here in Panama. You know, generally, I even thought that it was the original surfers were American guys, but they're not. They're Panamanians, which made it really interesting.
Yeah.
Because you know, in the 60s and 70s, the majority of surfers were Zonians, Americans.
Why? What if they come from California or something? They come only because they think there is some good waves here, or they come for working here and they lose the wave?
They're working. Generally, their parents were here because of the military bases. They were here. You get a few back then. You get a lot of travelers coming through, but it was really remote, real rugged back then. It was a whole different scene, you know. And surfing hadn't really evolved. You know, it was just kind of more of a, you know, segregated part of you know, culture that wasn't really part of the culture of Panama. The three most important things, I think, like she says, Tomás Miró was probably one of the major aspects of surfing here. I think the beaches here, the remote beaches that we had, the great waves, the solid, you know, the fact that it was an underdeveloped country, I think that brought a lot of the allure to surfing here. You know, it just kind of made it more interesting, kind of a discovery type of situation. And I guess the third is probably the just over the last 10 years, how surfing has been really commercialized here. So it's kind of evolved. I don't know if it's for the good or for the bad, but it's, those three are, I think, are key to what's happened here.
The designer of the book is the author of Boa's logo, and is super friend of Juan too, so it's kind of a family work, and that's why he said, like, we're not in a rush, but we're really conscious that the story should be told by the reasons we said before, like soon. But we are just collecting the work of like Steve Bissell, you know, like more of the history part to unite it with the story of now. But we want to like the book to construct itself like in a like poetry, maybe, because that's the way that I'm editing. As a poet, I try like to mix what is happening in the moment, and also that's the vision of Pitek, that is the designer. So we'll have a lot of visual, and not only the story of the people, but also like the story of every surfer, like the moments you live and you share in the water and outside the water being a surfer. Maybe next year, like 2012.
Yeah, we're going to put a little bit more. I'm going to put a little more emphasis on my part. It's a little bit difficult with work, and you know, and Maria Guilma is constantly reminding me. But yeah, we're going to try and get some more emphasis on it this year, and and see if we can at least start and get a more structure to it.
My total name, Juan Carlos Eresez. Before, when we go out to compete, Panama will get like 4 or 5 fifth place in competition in Central America. And right now, Panama will get like 9 or will get a 15 in the world ISA game. So I think that the surfing here, competition surfing, is not advancing. You know, it's not getting better. So we don't get getting better athletes. So you can see in baseball we get Mariano Rivera, the best pitcher ever in the Major League Baseball. And we got a basketball player, we got soccer players playing in Valencia. In the Malaga we got the Deli Valdez playing, but we don't got anybody in the surfing. So I think surfing is the big industry is not getting support. I think to the competitor, it's just getting support to more marketing and more business, but not really into the sport. That's what made me a little sad, you know. Lifestyle of surfing is good, you know, but also I think it depends the way you see the surfing, you know. For me, it's a place. It's not really a sport for me. It's just something I need to do, you know, something that I wake up and I need to do, because if I don't do it, maybe my brains, something will go wrong with me. So I just keep doing from 25 years, and I think I have to keep doing, you know. So I think it's okay to do it for whatever reason you have, no problem. I think it's good for fashion, it's good for if you want to try it, if you want to do it, if you are good, if you're not good, it's okay. But I think at the end, it's not what you do for surfing, it's what surfing do for you, you know. It's a very different sport. It's not like basketball, maybe. I don't know. I couldn't talk about basketball or other sport. But what you get back after you go surfing, it's really different than what you get back after you go football or you go basketball. That's what I think, you know. It's not what I give to surfing, it's what surfing gives to me, you know. I think it's good, you know. Everything is good. Everything you can do is good for surfing. I couldn't say it's not good, because every contest is good. It's good for different industries. But I think it's more than that. It's not a contest, you know. People need support. People need support, and it's not that support every 2 years. You need to eat. You need to eat every day. You need to pay taxes every 6 months. You need to buy groceries every day. So it's not every 6 months, every 2 years that a big company comes and make a huge event, make profits for everybody, but not for the surfers. So at the end, it's good. At the end, it's good. So I welcome everything like that. But these big companies should focus in these athletes and the newcoming athletes, you know, and get more support. You know, life is very expensive right now everywhere. And these people, most of the people that do surfing, they come from rural places, you know, from San Carlos, or not from the city, so they need more support either. So I will appreciate it if companies will go after these people and encourage giving more support. So maybe from these areas, other kids will see will see the bigger kids like an example, you know, and get away from drugs, get away from robbery, get away from all this, and see surfing like a future, you know. But if they see that other kids don't get support, you know, they don't get that encouraged. They don't get that, so they don't want to be surfers, you know. But if they see that the other kids get good support, good boards, you know, good trips, good education, then the little kids will want to do surfing, you know. They want to do surfing for different reasons, because they like it, but also, you know, you need money to live, so they will do it so like a way of life. Well, I don't believe in secret spots. I just go surfing in Playa Teta in near San Carlos. It's a point, wave from 3 feet to 5 feet, not big wave, you know. Panama Bahia is not a big place for waves. It's usually 3 feet, 4 feet, it's funny waves. And we have Santa Catalina that we got bigger waves, so people want to get a little bigger. It could get like 10 feet, 15 feet. and usually it's far, so I try to go near. We make a board with Juan Jimenez, and we really find something in the mind. I think it's most in the mind, that something that fits you. You know, it's like a suit, or it's like it's whatever. It's like you put a dress and you think it's good. So you think it's good, you feel good, and you surf good. You know, so it's something like Juan. He make a good board for me, and now I feel every board he make is good. You know, so it's not really a magic board. It's not. It's feel like we are communicating, getting good boards. He know what I need. He's like a tailor, so he know what I need. So it's not really a magic board, because every people surf different, you know, and every surfer's different wave. You know, Kelly Slater have small waves board, medium wave. Maybe it's windy, he changed board. So it's really complicated. At the end, I just get one board for all. That's my mind, and don't try to change too many boards, because that's also the industry. The industry, they create new boards, new names, new dumpster diver, this is just something to get the kids going, you know, something to tell the people we need a new board. It's like the cars, you need to change car every 4 years, you need to change it because they have a new car. So for people, just find a good board, feel it, enjoy it, go surfing, don't think too much about the board, don't think too much about the waves, don't think too much about is it windy or not, just go and surf, you know, and find a good shaper like Juan Jimenez.
What about the surf spot in Panama?
No surfer, no come here to Panama, please. Panama, no surf, no waves, so please stay in your country, do your local tourism and stay over there and know your people, know your country. And in Panama, not too many waves, so not too many point breaks, not too many things, so we don't need more people, you know, please stay at your country, go to Indonesia, go to South Africa, go to Hawaii, you know. Panama 4 feet, 6 feet wave, every 2 weeks, so it's better you stay over there. that's the real. We have to be honest, you know, with the people. Go to Panama, play golf, you know, go fishing, beautiful women, do whatever. But please don't come surfing, please.
Sorry.